This is shaping up to be a critical week in defining exactly what school will look like come September, with several provinces making final adjustments to their reopening plans. Now, at this point, in places with relatively few cases of COVID-19, classes will resume with few restrictions. BC, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba will mostly rely on placing students in groups or cohorts to limit their exposure. In Ontario, Quebec, and New Brunswick and Calgary, some grades will be required to bring masks. But class sizes and the ability to physically distance remain a key concern in many parts of this country. And some teachers say that if they don't feel safe, they simply won't be returning to the classroom. Heather Yourex-West reports.
That'll work.
When Molly Rain Dale begins grade 5 this fall, she won't be returning to her usual school.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that I won't be able to go and see my friends again, but I do want to keep my family safe.
We were very torn about, because you want to make the right decision for your child, but we have decided to keep Molly home and do a homeschool program at home.
It's a decision now facing parents across Canada, but it's not their decision alone. Teachers will soon have to head back to class too. And according to teachers' unions across the country, many educators are worried that returning to school could put them at an increased risk for COVID-19.
Many of those teachers that have registered complaints or concerns are immunocompromised themselves and are worried about what this means for them directly or their family members who are also or maybe immunocompromised.
Teachers' unions in Ontario, Saskatchewan, and Alberta say members are now weighing their options, looking at whether they have the right to refuse work if concerns related to their health and safety are not addressed.
We put out 7 priority areas that we would like to see addressed in the reopening of schools, and I know that we need to address things like class size and cohorting and social distancing at school.
The Alberta Teachers Association requested an emergency meeting with the province Saturday. That meeting will happen midweek. Across the country, back-to-school plans seem to be evolving by the day. Ontario announced more funding Friday. Saskatchewan plans to announce more money for school districts on Monday as well. As school districts work to adapt to the evolving framework, it means teachers likely won't know what their COVID-19 classroom health and safety conditions will be like until school returns.
The way that our legislation works here in Alberta is that you have to go back to work first to see. And we'll have to see where we are with that.
In an unsafe work environment, work can be refused, adding one more layer of uncertainty to the school year. When classes resume, will teachers feel safe enough to stay? Heather Yourex-West, Global News, Calgary.